Hello, students of Standard 8. Welcome to this YouTube channel of Monbretia. I am here with your History Chapter 2, the establishment of British Empire in India. Do you remember? I have given you the chief features or main features of the political condition of India during the 18th century. Why the Britishers or the other rulers from outside the country dare to come inside our country to invade our country due to lack of political unity, inefficient rulers. Do you remember those things? Now, while discussing those things, I have told you that Mughals has ruled our country for more than 200 years, 400 years. And during their rule, many rulers of Mughals were very kith and keen with the Indian rulers. They took their help, they helped themselves, they helped them. Mughals helped the Indian rulers. Indian rulers also cooperated with them because they were very liberal. But in the later half of the Mughal period, when Aurangzeb came, he was very orthodox type of ruler. They did not allow the Indian rulers to follow their policies. Different types of taxes have been imposed on Indian peoples, which give rise to many type of political disunity. Not only that, there are many Indian rulers who tried to raise their head against the Mughals. There were many wars, such type of wars in which Mughals were being defeated. Indian rulers tried their best to defeat them. They tried to make themselves independent from these Muslim rulers. Out of that, one community was Marathas. They were very powerful. So today we will discuss about the rise and fall of the Maratha power. The topic says rise and fall. Marathas, they rose under the leadership of one ruler, rose to the zenith point. Nobody can defeat them under one ruler. But soon after it, due to some traitors, the followers of that particular ruler fought among themselves. They were not efficient enough to rule by themselves. If they could have united and fought with the other rulers, with the Mughals or with anybody, they could have won. But there were again political disunity among the Indian rulers. There were traitors who, for their own personal benefit, went against their rulers, against their motherland, and shook hand with the foreign invaders. So that is why this is the topic, rise and fall of the Maratha power. Marathas reunited into historical prominence under the leadership of Chhatrapati Shivaji, very popular leader. I think everybody of you, being an Indian, everybody should know the name at least of Chhatrapati Shivaji, very powerful Maratha ruler, under whom the Maratha power has reached its zenith, topmost level. In which year? In 17th century. Shivaji Maharaj, born into the Bhosle clan of Marathas. This is the community among the Marathas. Just like in Hindus, there are Brahmins, Sudras, Kayasth. In this way, Kshatriyas. In this way, Chhatrapati Shivaji was born in the Bhosle clan of Marathas, secured an independent state by dint of lifelong struggle, and thereby founded an empire. Chhatrapati Shivaji fought throughout his life to make the Maratha a powerful community, to capture many territory and tried to rule the whole country. Not only tried to rule. Chhatrapati Shivaji has ruled and efficiently ruled. Everybody were happy in his reign. The remnants of his empire, of which lasted till the independence of India in 1947. Whatever his work, whatever his ruling capacity, up to 1947 it can be seen. The state thus founded by Chhatrapati Shivaji attained its zenith under the guardianship of Peshwas. They were not called as Marathas, were not known by the kings and Maharajas and emperor. They were called as Peshwas. Peshwas usually means prime ministers. His territory extended from the Indus in present-day Pakistan to Odisha in the east, and from Punjab to central Karnataka in the south. So this is the total extent of Chhatrapati Shivaji. At its peak, the Maratha Empire established a protectorate. Protectorate means a protected country where nobody can come and invade the country, over the Mughal emperor and paramountcy over the numerous Rajput chieftains of the Gujarat, Rajasthan, Central India and elsewhere. Means no other rulers could stand in front of Chhatrapati Shivaji. Everybody had accepted Chhatrapati Shivaji as a powerful king. They had also managed to bring Punjab under their sway and end the Muslim rule, thereby keeping the field open for the Sikh. See, Chhatrapati Shivaji, he has captured Punjab. Captured Punjab, why? To stop the Mughal. Captured Punjab and made the way for the Sikh to come inside the country. And don't allow these Muslim rulers, especially Mughals, they are outsider, not inside our India. They are outsider. Mughals were always outsider. They did not allow them to sustain in our country. Their power to be crushed, and this can be crushed by the Punjabi Sikhs. So they opened the path of Sikhs by capturing Punjab. This vast empire declined gradually after the third battle of Panipat. When the third battle of Panipat took place? In 1761. After that, in this battle, Chhatrapati Shivaji was defeated, and with his defeat, the power of Marathas gradually started decreasing, and once again the Mughal emperor started rising. So this is the rise and fall of the Maratha power. I am going to take this chapter slowly, topic wise. You can get this topic in page number 11H, in history portion, page number 11. So when you see the video, hear the lecture, you keep your book along with you so that you can manage to tally what it is written in the book and what I am speaking. So it will be better or easier for you to understand. Thank you, my dear students.